So that just leaves the question, what do we do with you? Sun asked very seriously as he looked to Lin Yu. She glared at him a moment before looking away. I don't expect you to let me walk away. Do what you have to do, she said. Sun looked conflicted. As long as you agree not to cause any more problems, we'll let you go, I said, surprising them all. Well, that and you renounce your oath of revenge against my family, Sun added. Lin Yu had a faraway look in her eyes as she looked to the ground, but then she looked back and stared at her brother a few moments. I was surprised when she stepped up to me, sheathed her blade, pulled it and its scabbard from her sword belt, and handed them to me. I was once the last blade of Ming's song, but no longer. I swear on what little honor I have left, I'll never allow another member of my family to walk the path I was forced onto, so long as I live, she promised. Sun nodded strongly and said, Well, that's good enough for me. These people are going to be cleaning up this mess for quite a while, so if I were you, I'd gather up my brother and move on. But this is the only home I've ever known, Lin Yu said dejectedly, looking to the scorched rubble that was once her family estate. Then stay, and help them rebuild. I'm sure this town could use a strong pair of hands like yours right now, I told her, putting my new blade on my sword belt. Ren and the others nodded, seeming to think it was a good idea. Sun clapped the dirt from his hands and chuckled. Well, I'm glad this all wrapped up nicely. Yang Wen, will you be able to return Taudi to your realm all right, or could you use an extra pair of hands? He asked. I think I'll be all right. Thank you, Sun. I'll be sure to tell the Jade Emperor that we couldn't have done it without you, Yang Wen said pleasantly. By the way, what was that stuff? Ren asked, pointing to the golden gourd on Sun's hip. It's a type of wine from heaven, said to remove impurities. I wasn't totally sure if it would split Yang Wen from the others, but I'm glad I tried it at least. Sun chuckled. I wonder if the impurity was Mei Ming Song's soul, Ox had wondered aloud, but we never got an answer to his question. I actually found myself feeling a bit wistful at everyone getting their happy ending, so I turned and watched the rising sun as everyone got organized. But then everyone paused when we heard a voice not far away call out, Is it safe to come out now? I couldn't help but smile as Zhao came out of his hiding spot, the puppy cradled safely in his arms. I felt relief for the first time in ages, knowing that everyone was all right. Better yet, I was finally able to relax a bit now that I'd managed to recruit the help of the Chinese pantheon. Other than that, we returned the puppy and Li Yu gave back Zhao Zai eventually. Unfortunately, those who were killed or had their souls eaten were gone for good, and there was nothing we could do for them. I spoke with the Jade Emperor one more time, confirming that they would help us when the time came. However, I actually got a bit of a bonus as well when he ordered Sun and Ren to come along with me on my journey to help recruit the Japanese pantheon. We grew quite close over our travels and had a good few adventures together, but none really worth telling when compared to this one. More often than not, it was either Sun solving our problem on his own, or him forcing me to solve them without him. Either way, that's the story of how I saved the world from having our sun eaten, keeping our light shining through the darkness.